Multiplied by three, then by three. Every family wanted 3 cars, and the freeways into the city became clogged. Where do you start? They chopping down trees in the parks for the parkways for the cars. Car exhaust toxins and I drop from disease. But gasoline still feeds the economy, suck heartily as if from the artery of Satan. The nameless reaping and raking and be profiting off of the need of its own making. And while plants and trees get that energy for free, why can't complex beings like we? You see, it's a shame that the sun's rays are harmful these days, but doesn't it display openly its energy's potency? We got men on the moon and we got robots on Mars. Why we gotta pay to make the wheels move underneath our cars? Think hard. The original diesel engine was invented to run off of a blend that was made from vegetables. This wasn't capital intensive, hard to control. The barons of oil production worried they would lose hold if energy could be grown as crops upon farmers' plots. Then who controls the profit that was to be gotten? Truth is they could not stop the abundance, and these biofuels would put oil companies all under. And it's no wonder when it involves that much cash that your engine's still designed to run off of gas, cause you still got 10 or 20 good years left. Yeah, to the year of the car crash. You'll suck that black sap until the very last year of the car crash. Year of the car crash. Out in a Mad Max flick, y'all. Perhaps I would properly flatten the field and then trade them briefcases for the steel and the shield. I'm wielding weapons of war and of guns, spears and swords and guns. Roar on the 401. We got tons of chrome psychos in the chainmail cloaks with cores like boats and with points that poking. I'm choking. I'm coughing on exhaust, trying to fight them fuckers off me. I pass to the left, I blast until there was only scraps of their chassis left. Union jet, I get my shit in the red running. No breed of concrete demon would even wanna see me coming. I'm 220 straight, fucking humming. I'm cruising, letting loose on the freeway, looking for gasoline and gun pieces and keepsakes. He said it's just a warning to it might come after. Oh, the diabolical laughter. Diabolical laughter. He said it's just a warning to it might come after. Oh, the diabolical laughter. Diabolical laughter. custom car kits, and it's all turbo charged shits. It's all low to the ground with the side mounted weapons, and the sound system booming louder than the engine ever revving. Check it, we rule in the highways, the scourge of the service, roads and the byways or the streets, but wherever the concrete reaches, I'm leaving streaks of black on the tarmac from my screeching. Me, I'm just lead foot on the gas, you know I'm hard stepping for the fuel injected blares, yeah, and my shit's efficient. I like the sickest set of hemispherical pistons. He said it's just a woman could might come after. Oh, the diabolical laughter. The diabolical laughter said it's just a warning. Truth might come after. Oh, Lord, the diabolical laughter. The diabolical laughter. Stripped of my will to life, I still will survive. And you get rich, well, I just get by. I still will survive. And stripped of my will to life, I still will survive. And you get rich, well, I just get. Dream of a great garden and the denizens within the diseased and impoverished, the seeds of the fathers who authored sickness stick to the street like the blood of the victims, and it reeks of death, feces and vomit excretes. Gut is just fucking bottomless, and it's hard to see the serpent's aims when his venom's hegemonized and painless, and it's hidden, but it lives in the doctrine. The knowledge to propagate the state of the dominant common gets passed off as a fact, and then they profit off of a lack of action. And they got the couches, houses and TVs, CDs, video games and ADD boxes full of fiber optics, and the barcode in your disposable chopsticks. We've lost it, nothing sacred as Satan ejaculates right in your face, and then you try, but you can't deny the fact that we going straight to hell in the handbasket. Occupy, I can't buy, stripped of my will to life, I still will survive. And I get rich, well, I just get by, I still will survive. Stripped of my will to life, I get by, I will get by. I will tower, and the villains within are all drunk off of power, and they talk of charts and of shares and numbers, indexes to connect all the points of plunder, and it reeks of death, leather, sex, and weapons, and all the sense of Anglo-Saxon decadence, and got semen stained DNA evidence of any man in line to be president. They shape and make any 4 year with armies of lobbyists and lawyers, and yes, money's no object when you're maintaining Satan's pet project. And then you try, but you can't deny the fact that we going straight to hell in the handbasket. Trafficked up from my eastern chapters, they measure the treasure in caskets. I get by, I get by, stripped of my will to life. I still will survive, and I get rich while I just get by. I still will survive, stripped of my will to life. I get by, I will get by. I will survive. I will get by, get by. I will survive. Yeah.
I guess I ought to let you know. Let me explain.
Every human being has the mysterious something we call personality. It is magnetic.
change. We got so many new strains of the man-made pain. You got the stress, the pressure and duress, neuroses and psychoses and clinical tests. You got the prescription for children's riddles risen 700% in a 5-year period. That's serious invasion of mental terrain. You got a nation of slightly sedated brains that have been raised up on television, had been propped up and forced to watch it since they was infants. Feed them the multiple edits per second, then wonder why they grow up with attention deficit. Let's be correct, this is not an illness. It's a reaction to the state that their world's in. And just as sure as the brains have been fucked, ain't no drug out there that'll cover that shit up. Oh, in your soul, nothing gonna fill a hole in your soul. Nothing gonna fill a hole in your soul. Nothing gonna fill a hole. It's in your soul. 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 Happiness now comes in a tablet. We got all the pills and caplets that'll keep you from snapping and from flipping. When the stress gets to you, fucks with you. Got the symptoms, they got a prescription. These pharmaceuticals that will cure the blues of the suburban self-division, living businessmen and women. Pills that'll fill in the holes in the souls of millions. When just living's got you wired. Yeah, overstimulate so much in your ears and in your eyes that you're prescribed. It's designed to smooth the edges and get you off the legend. Back in your yard trimming the hedges. Yeah, what an invention, what a useful tool. Cause as the world falls to pieces, at least we'll be keeping her cool. Taking so many drugs to cover up for living within such a sinful culture. Hole in your soul, nothing gonna fill a hole in your soul. Nothing gonna fill a hole in your soul. Nothing gonna fill a hole. It's in your soul. 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 In your soul. Age of the beast, and these beats, yeah, you get your cancer cheap, but it's so steep for the treatment, believe it. It's just corporate and oligarchy. It's just a small old boys network shareholder economy. Honestly, it's a small group of men with 51% of your Fortune 500 dividends, and you're living for them. Let's believe it, you're living their sick dream, don't be deceived. And they've instilled a yearning, this greed for earning. These elements taught in the halls of the higher learning. This business competition, goods acquisition, the dribbled addition, now they got you all wishing for. Fucked up products from the store, got ya adding up prices, got ya keeping score, until every day becomes like the consumer's game, just squeezing cash from your dying brain. Yeah, that's the plan, yup, straight taken from Goebbels. You mess, fuck the mind, and then you can eat the spoils of the masses of the weak, the masses of the meek. Now they got you all too tired to speak. There's only point to this at all. Is there anything that I can do to change the path we're on? Is there any point at all? anything I can do before we're gone. Yeah. I see no point at all. I see no point at all. And I see no point at all. Let me see. Gets persuasive. I try to keep my mind frame evasive to avoid a case of the head rot that some suffer from. I've seen the damage done. I recognize all the sources that it comes from. The message of the tune is clear. Clean out your ears. The demented directives that get accomplished from year to year. Be lying through their teeth with tricks up their sleeve. Got rules in place so that they can cheat. Like in the courtroom, high-priced lawyers, the broom, and sweep them through the process. Zip, zap, zooming, and they out again. Taking that cash out of your hands. That top floor boardroom's just a virtual lion's den. Home office tower, that phallus of power where your monthly wages could get made in an hour while the directives are confided. Oak door behind it. The fate of nations by few becomes decided. Multinationals, they all came on so casual, and now fucking the third world's just actually factual. It's slavery without naming it, while the West stakes are claiming it, and them poor nations thinking that there's some kind of gain in it. Yeah, they writing. There's a game for this globalizing Fourth Reich. Is there any point to this at all? Anything that I can do to change the path we're on? Is there any point at all? Anything I can do before we're gone, we're gone. And I see no point at all. And as I stagger step, I gasp for breath. I breathe up but I fall. I see no point at all. And as I try to breathe, but I hear my lungs stall. I see no point at all. And as my prophets get shot up before ears can hear that call. To the belief that we'll all bleed until blood clogs all the cogs of the machine, and the gears scream and production halts for drastic alteration of our culture. I pray for the day that the big names become stained, and then the assets they gain fade from the acid rain. We're way past the last train, ships gone. I like oceans, the lakes, the streams, the ponds, and I dream of bombs in omnicolor, and I envision buildings toppled on top of one another, smothering mothers who tried to cover the children, while misery rides astride the lives of millions, or it just kills them like death manifested, dead from the lead embedded in their chests of the breath of the beast. Them laser heat guided missiles, they strike with such lightning speed. They strike with lightning speed. Strike with lightning speed. my day to relax, to just sit back. Yeah, he'd say, it's alright, cause it's Friday night and everything is alright, yo. It's alright, it's fine. It's alright, it's fine. It's alright, cause it's Friday night and everything is alright, yo. It's alright, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Jake Stacy lived in a basement apartment adjacent to the bar that he drank at and gabbed until he could not even stand, waving his hands around like a crazed man. Conjecture, beer on his sweatshirt, eyes like a pirate with no treasure. Gestures him a beer for a sip, reinforces the thought process with his lips. A true drunk, a lush, likes to booze a bit too much. For lunch, you know, he feels like a couple shots of scotch and tequila for real. He loves to chug the hard stuff, rum, gin, whiskey, or vodka. He's beyond the, I got a problem. My name's Jake, and I'm an alcoholic. Yeah. Sweat to work day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Today's my day to relax, to just sit back. Yeah, he'd say, it's alright, cause it's Friday night and everything is alright, yo. It's alright, it's fine. It's alright, it's fine. It's alright, cause it's Friday night and everything is alright, yo. It's alright, it's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Evil looks in the excess of bourbon and then rock can be surprisingly violent. Whiskey and scotch can block the senses. Who sent ya? Don't you mention my dementia can let me offend, cause I'm not in the right state. I should be twice as tight as this by 8. I play up for a couple of bucks and get them cheap sons and chug to get fucked up. A true drunk, a lush, likes to booze a bit too much. Up by noon then drunk by 2 with a few brew to start, then the hard shit. And by 5 o'clock he's fucking retarded and then parties till dawn. Ties one on and then passes out in a patch of grass on your lawn. He's beyond the, I got a problem. My name's Jake, I'm an alcoholic. Sweat the work day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Today's my day to relax, to just sit back. Yeah, he'd say, it's alright, cause it's Friday night and everything is alright, yeah. It's alright, it's fine. It's alright, it's fine. It's alright, cause it's Friday night and everything is alright, yeah. It's alright, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
So simple and so easy for me to understand.
As I expand, well, let me try again.
And now,
The next chapter.
That sound like mistakes, but just a simple sign.
It ain't the everyday style of the same time.
However, these results are not due to magic, but the natural, normal functioning of our minds and brains.
Yeah.
See, times is hard.
Just cool out.
Just relax.
Just cool out.
Relax.
Cool out.
Relax.
Let's try that one more time.
Don't let it fly right past you.
Sit back, I'm about to begin.
3, 2, 1.
Just cool out.
Relax.
Cool out.
Every single day, it's like this, y'all.
But yo, I'm leaving now.
Hypnotized by the funky sound.
The misshapen, faceless masses driven on gas grabs and high finance, moving advance through this soaring brawl of blue, while the fleets from Wall Street they keep holding booted. It calls for you like a drug, and the cash to keep them fat cats smug. All the blood, guns, and mutual funds has got some with tons and tons with none from the land of sun. And the broken back to the bankers, giant size 65 slacks, packing boxes, sweatshop profits with triggers figuring cost of bondage, while economics greed and F-16s make the streets blaze. I like they bleed kerosene fiends. They came and make will run. Power stem from the barrel of a gun. Justice, peace, equality, but power stem from the barrel of a gun. We live and die as one, but power comes from power comes from the barrel of a gun. Power comes from guns. Celebration with tight fighter jet formations, and the walls are caving and the buildings dropping, bombs in the rockets and the helicopters, while gunshots go off in all directions like a veritable concerto of weapons, while soldiers step over smoldering corpses. Business threats meet death by offense. My reality's fragmented, slow and stagnant, forged by the hordes who pimped us to this madness. Disasters, floods, mudslides, patriot scuds run for the hillside. Tides rise, my species die out, and the earth shudders as if to shout or to cry out help. As the polar caps melt, perhaps our collapse would be good for the planet's health, and we trade teen amputees for gasoline, make war for an outdated energy source. Flowers get the power from the sun, but for man, power comes from a gun. Justice, peace, equality, but power comes from the barrel of a gun. We live and die as one, but power comes from power comes from the barrel of a gun. Power comes from power comes from the barrel of a gun.
take these words home and think.
Proper metaphor for your disease. Sinking ship like the X and Valdez, where economy and botany meet upon the high seas like the X and Valdez. I got a proper metaphor for your disease. Sinking ship like the X and Valdez. Fucking diesel. I got the standard issue, damaged lung tissue. I wish you well till you're dead inside of a hospital bed with the rates of respiratory failure that go pre-through into the postnatal with nasal sprays and inhalers for the asthmatics. It's a new age of grave stats and demographics. While they got classic cars, yachts, and stocks, I hack and got a cough. Makes me spit bits of lung and products that make me thrust vomitus from my gut. Like, what the fuck are you giving me? Put a bib in me, force feed me radioactivity. You might as well have put a shiv in me like prison yard. Living's hard for poor fish in rich ponds. I could bitch on, but it'll fall on deaf ears and the parliamentarians of this or next year. See here, I got a proper metaphor for your disease. Sinking ship like the X and Valdez, where dollars and biology meet upon the high seas like the X and Valdez. I got a proper metaphor for your disease. Sinking ship like the X and Valdez. Your fucking diesel. Yeah. There's doctors, talk shop, plot racing to save us from multi-drug resistant strains. Farmers ponder grain, all the rice and the wheats with the genetically altered types of double helix and profane cats like Felix who don't feel the heat from outside of their climate control. And these bums ain't dropped a dime in the bowl. These profit monger executive officer suits and lawsuits by Mr. John Q. It's just part of doing business. The legal costs and losses, they just don't stop the millions. And they part villain, and then they part fascist, and then they chart cancer in Microsoft Excel. For the boys on the board, PowerPoint pitch for wealth, which ditches health, pulling life support like mine, severing their own spinal cords, but still recording profits. Ain't that much left to lose before we lost it, and something tells me that we'll soon get gotten. Denmark's gotten so fucking rotten. Got a proper metaphor for your disease. Sinking ship like the X and Valdez, where ecology and economy meet on the high seas like the X and Valdez. I got a proper metaphor for your disease. Sinking ship like the X and Valdez. Your fucking diesel. That fucking diesel. image of that flooded village got profuse dose of emotion spillage. You should feel it, thrill it, afford the media mogul villains. Now, fears and ism. Did you notice the transition from communism into Islamic terrorism? Not television, shit's just a mental prison. You got the grade 6 diction dictating your vision of the world and of the earth and of the self. In effect, tell you what depths you may delve. Now, well over the ice, pray tell. Hell yes, the shit's so matted with crap from the beast's ass. Now class clash and misdistribution of wealth. They quell a revolution with TVs and couches, no doubt. They fucked our air, land and water. Need a ecological magna carta. If not for us, well then for our sons and our daughters. Cause it ain't the winter, but it sure is hell the autumn. To the skies, cause that shit's a doomsday device. You better run for your life, run for your life, run for your life. Toxins drop upon my metropolitan. Politicians talk, but nobody seems to be stopping it. We had it, but then we lost it. Oh shit, now stocks affect oxygen centers in our tropics. We bear the crosses of abuses of our fossil fuels, clear misuse of our Mother Earth's juices and commodities, and stock trade oddities is just evil like the almighty dollar bin. Cash yen, denari Ben Franklin. You got them IMF blankets with shackles for anklets. Cash are happy bastards. They leaving slashes and they leaving gashes like NAFTA's labor camps. And we got brand label stamps. We got third world girls with hand cramps. Shit, it's the last days. The forces wait in the bays of Kuwait with ancient hate in the states and the grudges, the Judaists and the Muslims, scuds and floods and the earth's crumbling. Millions die in hunger. Food we distribute so improperly, whilst monopolies keep raping all of the foreign property. My to the skies, cause that shit's a doomsday device. Yeah, you better run for your life, run for your life, run through. so to the southern seas, like Philippines, Thailand, or Malaysia. G8's done raping all of southern Asia, and most all are equatorial nations will be in the pockets of multi-conglomerations. And no fools could argue that these suits even give a coup for who they screw from. They dollar now GDP, be slashing trees, GNP, pissing my seas. Ecology please, I can't breathe, I need air, but heat strangles my whole stratospheric layer. And those in control just don't care. They bled our Mother Earth, oh well she's worth. They cut her hack out till she bleed, man, till she hurts. It's man's curse to walk the earth, reminiscing about days distant when living was living. You had clean water to go swimming in, or to go fishing. A truer, far more pure existence. My